What's going on, everybody? It's GameUnboxingReviews here, and welcome back to another LEGO Marvel Avengers news update. Now, this video is basically going to be a gameplay analysis. So, yesterday there was this stream on IGN which showed a bunch of really cool and exciting things in LEGO Marvel Avengers. And first off, before I start the video, I'd just like to give a huge shout out to Arthur Parsons, Stephen Sharples, Will Evans, every single person that is behind LEGO Marvel Avengers. Thank you, because you know, you think, how is TT Games going to top their next game? How are they going to, beat it? You know, you always think, can they add this feature? You request a feature, you hope for a feature. Is it actually going to make it in the game? You know, how's it going to look? And then when it actually happens, and you see the idea that you were hoping to see in the game and you see it in action, it's unbelievable. It's undescribable. I mean, it's amazing. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so first off, let's talk about the character grid. Now, obviously, this isn't the final character grid. It will be much bigger in the final game, so do not worry about that. So first off, I wasn't sure who that character was at first. However, here's the thing. My friend Francesco realized that basically the grid is actually in alphabetical order. Now, obviously, the second character is Agent Coulson. So who could be before Agent Coulson? Agent Carter. Well, that's at least what I think. And it does look a lot like Agent Carter. And plus, she now has her own TV show. She's actually getting a second series as well, which is really cool. She also had the one-shot before that. So Agent Carter, Peggy herself, she is a big character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe now. So honestly, I'm not that surprised to see that she's in the game. But it is great to see that she is, because she's an awesome character. So thumbs up from me for Peggy, because that is awesome. Then, of course, like I said, we have Agent Coulson, which is great. Fingers crossed that Clark Gregg comes back and reprises his role, because he did a great job in LEGO Marvel Superheroes. It was so cool to hear a movie voice in the game, so hopefully he comes back. But if not, they can always use, archive footage from the Avengers movie. Then, of course, we have Black Widow in her Avengers outfit, a brand new version of Bruce Banner. We also have the Avengers Captain America, and now we also have Dr. Helen Cho, which is interesting. She probably won't be able to do much because she doesn't have any powers, but, it's still nice to have that character because she was a big part of Avengers Age of Ultron. Then we have Falcon, which I believe is in his Winter Soldier outfit, which is awesome. Love that outfit. Can't wait to see how he looks in this game, because obviously the Falcon we've had in the movies is quite different in terms of combat, I would say, compared to, the Falcon we have in the comics. So I'm really excited about seeing that. Hawkeye, of course, we've seen tons of times. He looks great. We've got the Age of Ultron Hulk, which looks awesome. We got the Mark 1 Iron Man suit, which was in the first game as well, which was great. Then we have the Mark 5 as well, which was one of the top suits on my list, so I'm very happy to see that. Then we have the Mark 6 from Iron Man 2 and the Mark 7 from the Avengers. Mark 6 was also in Avengers as well, I think, but obviously, it was the Mark 7 at the end, so nice to see those two return. Then we have these two suits. Now, we've got the one with the red eyes and the one with the silver faceplate. Now, I don't know which one the red eyes is, but I looked on Wikipedia, and I think, judging by, the suits that were in Iron Man 3, I think it might be the nightclub armor, but I could be wrong. And then the other one, I'm going to guess that is Hot Rod. I could be wrong, but that's just my guess for now. Then we have the Silver Centurion. Yes, that wasn't just a minifigure you'll be able to buy. You will be able to suit up in the Silver Centurion in-game, and that is so exciting. I can't wait to do it. It's going to be so much fun. And we also have the shotgun, which again was on my list of suits I hope to see in the game. I mean, it's amazing. It really is. I'm so excited about all the costumes and armors and everything. It's awesome. And then we have the Mark 42 from Iron Man 3. Nice to see that one make a return. Wasn't sure if they were going to do that, like add some of the old Lego set armors, but it's nice to see that's back. Then we have the Mark 43 from Age of Ultron, which is really cool. The Mark 45, which is amazing. Absolutely love that suit. We also have Quicksilver, which looks great. You'll see a lot of gameplay from him very soon, because he's super cool. He really has some awesome abilities. Then we have Captain America, aka Sam Wilson. Yes, Sam Wilson's version of Captain America is also playable in the game. So that is really, really exciting, and I can't wait to play as him. Then we also have Scarlet Witch, which we see a little bit of in the gameplay. Not a lot, but she's still a fun character. We also have Thor in his Avengers outfit, Tony Stark, which is amazing. Ultron Mark 1, which is really nice to see, because obviously, it's always cool to see if there's more than one version of a character, and especially especially, you know, Mark 1 will hopefully have like a zombie walk or something, because that would be great. We also have Ultimate Ultron, which looks amazing. It really does. Love that Lego minifigure now. It looks so much better in game. Even by that picture there, it just looks great. And then finally, we have the Vision. So that's a good amount of characters. Hopefully we'll get some new announcements on Saturday. But yeah, that's the character selection screen done, really. That's all I can really talk about. But it's definitely very cool and very exciting. Alright, so next up, this is just a very quick thing I wanted to mention, but basically if you look carefully here, you can see this manhole looking thing on the ground, and basically, you know, we've seen that tons of times in the past in the LEGO games, in both LEGO Marvel, LEGO Batman, etc., with like stretchy characters and things. So I was curious at first. I was thinking, what is that? What could that be? But then I realized it's actually got the same colors as the Vision minifigure. So I thought, well, it must be for Vision. Of course, if you know Vision from the comics, and of course in the movie as well, he has the ability to phase, which basically allows him to move through objects and things like that. So my guess is you play as Vision, you go up to it, and he basically just moves like underneath the ground and then pops up somewhere else. I think that is exactly how it'll work. I could be wrong, but honestly, you know, judging by how that's the colors and that's his ability, it makes perfect sense. And I think that's a great addition, because I'm so excited to see what Vision will be able to do in game. And you know, if this is a confirmation that he will be able to phase in the game, then that is awesome, because that is just such a cool feature. Now here, of course, we can see Quicksilver, and yes, he goes super fast in this game. We can see he's jumping and flipping around and everything. Loving the effect that's coming off, you know, Quicksilver when he's actually running. It's just like the movie. I mean, really well done. Also, check this out right here. Watch. Look at that. He slows down time. He takes down all the enemies in the vicinity. It's awesome. I mean, just like the movie as well. I think he did a very similar thing in the actual movie. And it's really well done. I mean, it just shows how, you know, they can take a new character. And, you know they'll do well with other characters that have come before. But when they take someone like Quicksilver, who's a speedster, who's actually very different compared to previous speedsters that they've had in the LEGO games. And he just looks amazing. And he looks like Quicksilver, which is great. And, of course, you know, there might be alternative Quicksilvers. There could be like a comic book version or something like that. It's completely possible for them to do cool stuff like that. So yeah, I think Quicksilver looks really cool, and I'm excited to see, you know, how he'll actually look in the final product, because I'm sure he'll look even better then. Now here, of course, we have Scarlet Witch. We saw her do a little jump there. She's shooting beams as well. This is kind of what I was expecting of Scarlet Witch, to shoot beams. But honestly, I think it's going to be different in the full game, because it's very similar to, you know, what we're used to seeing from the LEGO games, where they're shooting beams and everything. But I would imagine in the full game she'll be able to spray them everywhere, and hopefully, you know, she'll be able to mind control and stuff. I think Scarlet Witch will be much better in the final game, because she was used a lot in Avengers Age of Ultron, and there's a lot of stuff they could do, you know, to make her a very unique character, both in combat and just in the overall look. So let's hope that she's improved over time. But, you know, for now, she still looks very cool, and I love the design, so no problems there. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about probably my most anticipated feature in LEGO Marvel Avengers so far. I mean, it's just so awesome. So first off, of course, we can see Tony Stark. You know, he's just beating up a bunch of Chitauri, but we're going to be showing off a brand new feature. Yes, that is the suit wheel, which I was talking about, and this is, of course, suit up. So Tony is doing some animation at the moment. Just ignore the Chitauri, you know, that'll be fixed in the game, obviously. But look at this, boom, the Silver Centurion flies down, Tony gets inside, and there you go, you're in the Silver Centurion. It also has fire attacks, which is interesting. Also, if you watch Iron Man 3 right now and look at that, it's pretty much identical. It's amazing. Then we see the suit wheel again, and Tony choosing the Mark 43. Every suit in the game will have a suit up ability, and it'll be all different. See, look at this one right here. He's pushing buttons, the suit flies down, and then of course he's like, where's my suit? And then it gives him a fright, and he hops in the back, just like Avengers Age of Ultron. They were also going to show off the Mark 1 suit up on IGN, which is said to be a very good one, but sadly they cut it at the wrong minute and we didn't get to see it. But hopefully we'll get to see it maybe just before San Diego Comic-Con finishes, because I really want to see what it looks like, and the Mark 5 as well, because of course, like I said, the Mark 5 is in the game, and there'll be tons more suits in the final game. I mean, that's amazing. The suit wheel you saw, it's not finished. Just so you know, it's not finished. If it looks a bit rough, it looks a bit bad to you or anything like that, don't worry, because it'll look so much better in the final game. But yeah, suit ups are in the game, guys. That's amazing. It really is. Let's let's hope that there's other characters that can do it as well, like Rhodey. And you know, I'm not going to sound greedy because I'm already so grateful, you know, for them actually adding this feature. I've been wanting to see this feature in a video game for so long now, and the fact that, you know, they've actually added it is amazing. So if I don't get like things like Obadiah and War Machine and maybe Ivan Vanko to turn into Whiplash, it's perfectly fine, because this is more than enough. But it would be cool, you know, to be able to change into all the different suits that Rhodey has wore through the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But you know, we'll just have to wait and see. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for this video. I mean, obviously that wasn't really that much information than what everyone else was expecting. Personally, I am so happy with what they showed on IGN. I mean, I know they didn't have a very good time slot with IGN, they didn't get to show enough gameplay, but to be honest, you know, San Diego Comic-Con isn't over. We have big announcements on Saturday to come, there might be more live streams, and I'll definitely be, you know, covering all of that. So yeah, you know, there's nothing to worry about, and to be honest, I am so happy. Quicksilver looks incredible, Scarlet Witch, she looks great, I think. I mean, obviously she'll be better in the main game, so no problem about that. And Tony, you know, Tony Stark, best character in the game for me, seriously. All those suits and more, I mean, unbelievable. The only two suits that are missing, you know, that I really want, because the rest of them will be cool bonuses, but they're not really needed for me. But the only suits that are missing is the Mark II from Iron Man and the Gemini suit from Iron Man 3. Seriously, if they add those, that's I don't know what I'm gonna do. I would never stop playing this game, it'd be crazy. And of course, you probably also noticed from the video that I actually did show gameplay this time. It wasn't just pictures. I'm going to try doing that a lot more often now, because I think it's more fun and you actually get to see it rather than, you know, just looking at pictures. Sometimes I might still use pictures, but seeing the actual gameplay was quite fun to try out, so I hope you did enjoy that. Alright guys, so I want to thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for lots more videos real soon, and as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.